The sea is no joke. So I've been watching these sailing videos. Have you guys seen these on YouTube? There's like a whole genre that sailing Vagabond, I can't say it,
Mhm.
created. And now, just oh my god, one sexy couple after the next sailing around the Caribbean. And I saw this woman. She wasn't a couple; she was by herself,
Mm.
and seemingly there's no land anywhere. But she must not be too far because she found a coral reef and she goes out swimming by herself. There's barracuda everywhere, and she's like, feisty barracuda, shoo, shoo. I'm like, dude, that's scary. But what's double scary is like, what if her anchor gives way? She's alone, alone, alone. There isn't another sight in 360 degrees. The horizon is all water, and she's out paddling around the coral reef, like just
That sounds
checking out.
so scary. I would want
Sounds
someone
like
on the
her.
boat.
That sounds like she's a smart video maker, and her boyfriend is below deck, waiting to give her some back shots and help her edit.
You'd have to be really smart. There's no boyfriend stowed
Did you get
away
the
on this.
footage?
It's like a
Thank
27-foot
you.
boat. Like I'd see the other people.
No, you throw me the camera, then I'll throw you the ladder.
There was another one. These people were in 15,000 feet of water, and they decided to go swimming. And what they do is they throw a line out with a fender on it, which is like an inflatable bumper to stop you from hitting the dock. It floats. And anyway, so now we've got a line with a fender, and they jump out and they hold that so that the boat doesn't get away from them. And it's this guy and the girl. They're like 2 feet away from the boat holding this line. And she goes, let's go out to the fender. And he says, what? No, I don't want to do that at all. And he did, to his credit. But it's just like, I don't know, standing
Why
on
don't
the edge
boats
of a
have
cliff.
hover technology, like loiter technology? There should be a computer that tells the boat engine how to loiter. Like sit right here. Like you don't have to sit still. I'm not making a rifle shot, but I'm going down there to get some oysters or whatever the fuck. Don't leave me.
I don't think you even want that, right? Because like what you wanted to do is drift like you do.
And to be fair, if you're going down for something, then clearly there's enough room for an anchor. But in 15,000 feet of water, though, that's I guess it doesn't matter if it's 15,000 or 15, but something about looking down and having no. It matters when you look down.
Yeah, you look down and it's just an abyss of fear.
Yeah, but I drown in either one. You drown in a fucking puddle.
Something feels. It happens to me when I'm flying. I fly routinely. Like my happy place is somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000 feet, and every once in a while I go to 5,000, and it's like, whoa, hold on tight. Is this safe? As if 5,000 is more dangerous than 3. It's the same death, but swimming feels like that too. Like I felt safe in 8 feet of water, but not in 80.
Yeah. And you get accustomed to those heights. Like I've worked on roofs before, and after a while, like 12 or 15-foot roof, even if you go up to the peak or whatever, and you're really up there, like maybe 15. All right, I'm not that scared. I wouldn't die. Hell, I'd hit it hard, but I'd get back up. You're not even afraid of it anymore. And then you go like 1 story higher, and you're like, oh no, you're like sweaty palms. My feet just got sweaty thinking about it.
That is more dangerous though. Going from 15 to 25.
Yeah, you go
from
survivable to you're going to the hospital 100% if you fall off a 2-story, I think.
My coworker fell off. No, my coworker's husband fell off a 2nd-story roof, and he got hurt, like brain damage, like a long recovery. But what happened? So he was working on the roof, and something happened. He fell or slipped. He doesn't have a full memory of it, but they could see the scene where it happened. And I guess he grabbed the gutter with his fingers, and the gutter gave way. And that gave him a lot of emotional comfort. Like, I didn't just fall off and go down like a clumsy asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been fine if that gutter didn't give way.
Yeah.
I went out skateboarding with Colin. It wasn't long ago. It was, what is it, Thursday? It was this week. And I took a picture and I sent it to Jackie. She was at the doctor or something. And he's all dressed up. I throw him in my moto gear so that if he falls, he doesn't get any like abrasion damage or whatever. And I dress the same way. It's kind of nice. Like if you fall, I've had my forearm all fucked up and shit. And it's nice.
I don't like that shit. I don't like it.
Yeah. The raspberry road rash. It sucks. And even my wife was like, why is he wearing all that? It's like, bitch, you hop on a skateboard and make perfect sense to you.
I know when I fell off my bike, I was so impressed and happy that I had all that gear on, because it was just, there was zero pain. Like, I've hurt myself more falling out of chairs in my house. You know what I mean? Like I literally, like I've gone down I go down my stairs like maybe 3 times a year. I full on fall down the fucking stairs because
that is
a lot.
But when I go up and down the stairs, I hustle like every time. When I go down, I do this thing where I'm just on my heels are just hitting the edge, like I'm almost falling in a controlled way.
Not that controlled. Every quarterly, you're taking a tumble.
That's a lot of up and down, though. I go up and down 10 times a day.
You know how to do a grapevine? Do you know that exercise where you like go sideways and your feet in front of each other? That's how I go downstairs. I don't switch forward and back, but I turn sideways and I just zip downstairs.
Really see. Okay.
I remember being like 7 and just trying to jump, like going up and being like, can I jump down 8 stairs? Like, yes. And then you get to the top and you're like, can I jump the whole stairs? And you do, and you like almost hurt yourself, and that's the end of that experience.
But then you realize it's not faster. Like the quickest thing is to take every second or third stair. If you jump 8, then you have to like parkour roll or something like that.
Yeah, and you have to like pump yourself up first before you're about to jump 10 stairs. It's not just a step and a leap, especially when you're a child.
My last house, there was carpet on the stairs, and it was a full straight flight of stairs. There was no landing and then turn sideways and go up a few more. And you could really take a spill. I fell 3/4 of the way up them, running up them with like a cup of coffee in one hand and maybe my phone in the other. And I didn't drop either thing. I just held on as they splashed and jittered, and I'm just on my ass. And then I go all the way to the bottom on my ass. And my girlfriend's at the bottom watching this disaster happen, and I'm screaming the whole time. No! I hit the bottom. She's like, "Are you okay?" My coffee. Because our white walls are just covered in coffee. The carpet's covered in coffee the whole way down. And then I did the exact same shit here in this new house the other day. It is down like 8 or 10 stairs and then landing and then turn and go down the other way. And I was running down them in the dark. And in one hand, I had like a small plate that I had like toast on. And the other, I had a half empty cup of coffee. Don't want to just throw those things in the air and catch yourself. So I just ate shit. Elbows and knees clattering down to the bottom. I broke the fucking support beams that go in between that little.
You broke the
tiny little dowels. Those tiny little dowels that go up and down for like keep kids from falling off. I guess I broke a couple of those with my knee on the way. It's real disaster.
Is that your first big tumble of 2024?
No.
So you're on pace for a good year or a bad year.
I fell in the yard a while back. I go down a lot because I hustle when I run around the house. And
that's such a funny cover for falling. I hustle. Yeah, I need that Diet Dr. Pepper right just now.
I don't like to keep people waiting, and I like it's a little bit of exercise. We're gonna hustle up and down these stairs. We're not gonna crawl up and down them. So sometimes I just use my arms. That's safer. You don't fall like that.
Wait, how do you get up the stairs using just your arms?
So you're seeing like a 6-year-old like bear crawl.
I pretend like I've become like I've been shot in the spine, and I'm basically like Joe from Family Guy, and so I just drag my legs limply behind me. It's really hard. Have you ever done that? Trying to pretend like
probably when I was a kid. I
do it all. No, I like to do it as like an exercise. Like I've climb a ladder without your legs. That one's interesting.
That seems like a bad idea.
Did you guys used to slide down your stairs?
Yeah.
In a clothes hamper basket.
I didn't do that. I think I tried that once and took a tumble or something like that. That's a hard thing to pull off. I used to do it in my clothes. And then at one point, so here's the deal. If you slide down head first, that's okay, but you only want to go so fast because you stop with your face. If you slide down feet first, then your shirt pulls up. And somewhere around 8 years old or something, my mom got me a onesie, and that's the ticket. That's the ticket. You can go feet first as fast as you want with a onesie. That thing doesn't slide up. It's a onesie.
I used a comforter,
footy pajamas,
like a sled
onesies.
Yeah.
As a kid, I had this sort of superpower where if adult told me I could do a thing, then I would do it with no fear, like none whatsoever. Like I just believed them so much that my own little mind would just take a back seat. I remember once we were standing on this very steep embankment that just had done a bunch of The tractors had just put in where the chicken houses were, and we're on the top of this steep embankment, and I'm like, "Can I run down that?" And my dad goes, "Sure." I'm like 5, and I just start sprinting and immediately fall head first and tumble down the embankment and have to be retrieved. Like I'm stuck down there. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You said I could." So when I was 4, he took the laundry basket and was like, "Why don't you ride that down the stairs? You'll be fine." And so we would ride the laundry basket down the stairs. It would go so fast. And yeah, when you're at the bottom, it just stops and you get catapulted out and roll into the wall.
If you're you sound like someone who made it to the bottom before that happened. I think I was 4, the second or third step.
Yeah, you're often tossed prior to that.
I think I was light enough at 4 that a laundry basket was a pretty good sled. I think my sister would get in there with me. I think we'd go double down that fucking staircase. I think there's pictures of it.
I guess you didn't have any real sledding because you didn't have snow.
Fuck no, we didn't have real sledding. Everything we did to play on was like some sort of ATV or golf cart. We always had a golf cart to goof around and fuck about on. We pretend like we were running a drive-through window. Like one of us would serve the fake food and the other would drive up to the window or whatever. Like that's what we did as a kid. We fucked around in the woods and drove and hurt ourselves. There was nothing to do on a bicycle. There was no mall. There was
golf
none
carts
of that.
are cool though. I didn't have one until I was an adult. And I like it a lot.
Did you guys ever fuck around with those? Or maybe this is, who knows when this technology came out? Maybe it was only for me. Do you know those like turtles where like you'd sit on this seat and it had handles and you pumped the handles like this and it propelled it forward kind of quickly? And
we've got one in the garage.
Turtle. Yeah. I had a blast on those things. Zach, bring up a turtle from 1995.
Ours isn't a turtle though. It's red and it has, I don't know, it looks more like a bicycle kind of.
I did not have a turtle.
It is
1995. I would have been 9 years old. I got a gun that year for Christmas.
Well, it was this thing, something like that. I didn't have one this nice, but you sat on it and then you like moved yourself. Kind of depending on how fast you moved it back and forth, you can go faster and faster. And we had an unfinished basement where we play hockey, and we do that down there as well. Do races.
The flying turtle. Look at that kid. He's moving so fast. There's like a blur behind him.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
See, that kid's not even leaning forward. They guarantee they don't have speed.
Oh, look at the enhanced model. The original Roller Racer Junior flying turtle with sit skate kid powered, no motor, no pedals, no batteries, powered by zigzag motion.
Well, zigzag
turbo.
motion.
It's got flames on it.
Man, this is only
handlebars.
I could tool around my neighborhood.
You can get one. You can buy a whole set. You want to get all the kids one row, right? Like that's how you do it as an adult. You're like, "Hey kids, so what I got? Some knee pads and turtles."
Dude, my neighbors have like a 31-year-old son. Perfect. That would be so funny if I bought 2 and I went over there and knocked and I'm like, "Can Jason come out and play?" Like,
have your helmet on when you do it.
Helmet on. I have knee pads, elbow pads, all comically small. I'm in little shorts. I have light up sneakers on.
You also inexplicably have floaties on because you can't swim.
Yeah, I called my dad and he lives in Florida now. He said, "Stop calling me about this." He said I can play.
No, I never had it. See, if I'd lived in a cul-de-sac, there'd been all sorts of little sidewalk games. But we didn't have any of that shit. We couldn't even use sidewalk chalk. We'd have sidewalk to draw on.
No street hockey.
Man.
No sidewalk chalk.
No. We did make pipe bombs in the garage though, so that made up for it.
Dude, like a quarter of all street hockey time was someone being like, "Car," and then you'd have to like move while the car drove by. And then also someone would rip it way too hard, like those yellow plastic pucks, and then either like hit a car or break a window. And then it was like a scatter at the end of a music video where all the dancers quickly exit the screen. It's like, Max, actually, I think we should go play NFL Blitz. Let's go. Like,
I was just thinking how pissed I'd be as an adult to look out my window, like, and you kids are out there fucking hitting pucks at each other and skating around or whatever you're doing anything really around cars in my windows.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like that at all. I didn't like my last place where those little kids would play out there. They'd be up in my driveway using it as a ramp. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh no, we would play like in the cul-de-sac. Like unless we were at one of our houses and like it happened to have a flat driveway where there was enough room, but that's not enough space to like play 3v3 really. Like you kind of need the road there. That's why it's street hockey. And then very often they're like those rocks like you're trying to get a little bit of speed, and then a rock gets lodged between two of your wheels, and then you just catch an edge, get all scraped up.
Oh, I definitely sweep the street first. Everything I know about street hockey though comes from watching Trailer Park Boys.
They sucked at it. They were playing with like cans, and like half of them didn't have skates on.
Well, they're Trailer Park Boys. They can
in like street hockey, like it was frustrating when someone wouldn't wear skates, because it was like, dude, you realize that you have a huge advantage not wearing skates here, right? Like, we're not on ice. We can't stop that quickly on, unless we're going to destroy the wheels of our skates out here, because those rubber wheels just get torn right up if you try and do a real stop out there.
Like a stop.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I wanted everyone all in. Go put your fucking skates on.
Did you have a fireworks show in your little neighborhood? I'm assuming you lived in like a neighborhood with other people and sidewalks.
Yeah.
So
regular neighborhood. We didn't have one in our neighborhood, but like there were like parks nearby. And so
my neighborhood where the neighbor is a farmer a quarter mile away is also a regular neighborhood. Don't neighborhood normalize on
that me. Is not a regular neighborhood.
That's not a regular neighborhood.
It's where most neighborhoods
a neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember I would have to to get to my friend Jared when I was a kid.
Let's go ask our neighbors for diesel and see who comes up with some.
I'd have to skate past like 25 houses to get to him, and that was a long distance.
That's true. You've got a pump probably. Do you have the in the ground like pump with some?
It's not in the ground. It's 30 gallons, and you like.
Oh, that's good.
Turn the handle.
Yeah,
the best. I had a friend who had a pond in his backyard. It wasn't his. It was like, I guess technically part of a park that his house backed up to. Yeah. And the pond would freeze over in wintertime sometimes. And so we could play ice hockey out there, and it was so much fun. And then once like a park ranger came by and like threatened to ticket his parents if he didn't make us stop playing ice hockey out there. He's like, this is you can't play out here. The ice isn't thick enough. And it's like, meanwhile, my friend's dad literally had a depth stick in there to be like, no, it's 6.5 inches thick ice right now. This is fine. You could drive a golf cart on this. Like, it's not a big deal. And no, we got kicked off. Couldn't play anymore back there. That guy was a fucking cunt. Screw that guy.
Yeah. Some people just like ruining other people's fun.
Yeah, he was just mad.
Although he may have been liable if you kids had drowned or cracked your heads out there or something, Like we
were wearing like real
I hate the liable stuff. Like, you can't play soccer in this field. What if one of you twists an ankle and comes to sue me? Who sues the ground? Like, get the fuck out of here. You're just like making up scenarios because you don't want people to use.
Yeah, but if that kid drowns out there, they're going to be like, was there no park ranger? Was there no safeguard? Well, there was a park ranger. Well, did he know? Well, actually, he reprimanded the kids, but at the last minute, he said it'd be okay because he had a depth finder. Who installed a depth finder? One of the kids' dads. Does he work the NHL? Is he a fucking depth finder manufacturer? No.
Well, it's a stick with numbers on it.
Somebody kid drowns out there. They're gonna...
Is he qualified to operate a stick?
Yeah.
I don't know. You said 6.5 inches. I was like, okay, that sounds like enough ice.
6.5 inches is huge.
That's plenty thick.
Yeah, dude. Any deeper and it would hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, we never got any ice thicker. We would get. I remember it froze over in my friend's backyard. We went exploring back there, and I fell through the ice, and it like fell in a comical way. So it was like a slant, and I was trying to crawl up it, but I just kept sliding down deeper into the swamp, and it wasn't deep. It was like waist deep, but it was in the frozen ice water. So then I was completely soaked and had to walk 3 miles home. I remember that's the smallest I've ever seen my penis. It almost, when I got back to that kid's house, my penis had almost called it quits. It was just about to give up. It was gone.
I had the same experience. There was a tiny frozen lake, maybe not more than 100 feet in a circle. And if you stood on it, it would like maybe kind of support your weight unless you went to a spot that's thinner. And when it broke, like big sheets kind of tilted. Anyway, at first, getting a little wet was like this big catastrophe. Oh no, my feet are cold, etc. And then you push it a little more. By the end of it, I'm like fucking neck down, soaked. I might have had wet hair. I'm basically playing in a frozen lake. That's only 2 feet deep. And by the time I got home, I was freezing cold and I had completely lost my voice. I couldn't speak at all. But it was the night of a school dance. So I just went to the dance and tried to get people to dance with me without talking. Dance.
Chattering, your teeth chattering.
But I actually got a girl to dance. I got a girlfriend that danced.
Hell yeah.
She
She's
wasn't
like,
great.
he's the strong shiver
Silent
type.